Hey collectors, welcome to the channel. We've got another unboxing today and we're going to be doing the 4-slab Darth Vaders Tie Fighter. They only made 100 of these, this is number 11. 4-slab do a fantastic range of Star Wars ships. If you look on the channel, I've got the original X-Wing and TIE Fighter, which is a nice diorama set. They've also done the Slave 1, they've done the N1, they've got the Star Destroyer coming out, both in a 3-foot and a 4-foot version. I've ordered the 4-foot version, so hanging out to get that. But let's check out Darth Vaders TIE Fighter from 4-slab. Okay, I've taken it out of the shipping box, so this is what we've got. Phone with some straps. Now this is very heavy as well. I'm assuming it's going to be the base, but I think the ship itself is also polystone with quite a lot of weight to it. Alright, assuming 2 layers. We've got the cord here, USB cord, which is great to power the lights. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, the cockpit. Yeah, super. Man, this is super heavy. Look at that. Got Darth Vader inside as well. That's absolutely solid. All right, what else do we have? There's just a couple of little pieces here. I think the gun. And should have another gun. So we've got 3 pieces here. Put them to the side. That looks like that is it for that level. And then we've got the wings. Packed very well. Look at that. That's huge. This is bigger than the TIE Fighter. That's nice. One wing and then the other wing. It's the magnet there with the steel. It's a steel pin. And then the last layer should be the base, which does look to be a different colour, a little bit darker than the other pieces that I've got, which is going to be disappointing. I was wanting to keep all 3 together, but maybe this will just be a standalone piece. But that's the base there. Nice, okay. All I need to do is key the wings in and add the guns and we'll have a nice close look. Okay, here it is, Vader tie all set up. Very easy to assemble. You saw me unbox. All we had was the separate cockpit, which is very heavy. We had the wings, so the wings just key in to the side of the cockpit, which is very easy. There's a couple of guns that are magnetized, so these come off. And then they've got a nice magnet that holds them in. And then there's just one back piece as well at the back of the cockpit. The pole has the wires through it to light up the cockpit. And to power the lights, very easy. It's just a cord, USB-C to USB. I've just got it being powered off my laptop at the moment with an on-off switch. So very nice. We'll have a close look at it. The base, you would have seen before, this is the same base that they did on the TIE Fighter and X-Wing diorama, which is, I've got to say, it's one of my favourite Star Wars pieces. They look fantastic together. It's on the channel if you want to have a closer look at that. But the base on this is identical to the TIE Fighter base, so it's just a perfect square. The X-Wing base was slightly longer because the X-Wing was a longer ship. The disappointing thing is that it is a darker shade of grey compared to the X-Wing and TIE Fighter base. So it's disappointing because I wanted to put all three together, but I think it's going to be a little bit obvious that this is darker compared to the other two. I might have to repaint it to lighten it up a bit. But yeah, I wish they just made it the same colour. Just a bit of extra effort to make sure it was the same colour as the original release. But as far as the base goes, you can see the lovely detail of the Death Star base here. I do love it. It's very three-dimensional. When you get the camera down here, you can see all the, all parts of the Death Star sticking up. Some very nice detailing. I do like it. I prefer a themed base to a museum base. I think, it just makes you think of the movie and the scene from where this piece is from. We'll have a nice look at the TIE Fighter now. So, look, this is a decent size. The cockpit's definitely bigger than the TIE Fighter from the original release, and there's a bit of conjecture whether is it to scale, is it not to scale, and depending on who you talk to, it is and it isn't. So it just, it depends where they got their source material from or which part of Star Wars you want to follow. But look, at the end of the day, as a standalone piece, it's a very nice ship, and it will look very nice in your Star Wars collection. Like I said, it's got some decent size to it, decent weight to it. It's a very, very nice ship. The details in the wings is nice. You can see the detail here with the raised. You got some nice raised pattern on inside of both wings and on the outside, and you can see some nice detail there. There's some pipes, some slight weathering as well. I like in here, you can see, parts of inside the ship. So there's some nice details. Same on this side. Now the cockpit, we'll have a close look at the cockpit. No glass, because that's the way the original model was, or that they filmed. So it didn't have glass, so there was no reflection. The bonus is you get Darth Vader in there, and I'll see if I can get in there so you can see Darth Vader. He's actually done very well. He even has some coloured application on his chest plate to represent the lights that he would normally have on his chest plate, which is quite good. Let's see if I can get in there so you can have a look. Yes, I know, I do like it. Now the light up effect. So unfortunately my light up seems to have a fault. So when I turn it around, it does have 4 lights at the back. So you've got 2 at the top and you've got 2 at the bottom, but my bottom right's not working. So I've contacted my supplier to see if they have another one that we could swap out for. I don't know how hard it would be to try to fix that. I'd say extremely hard. So if I can get another one to replace it, it'll be good. So we'll see how we go. But these lights are extremely bright. And I think a nice addition. The original X-Wing and TIE Fighter didn't have lights. But again, this is one of the reasons why, light ups are nice to have, but it adds cost to the piece. But then you can also have faults like this. The lights are not going to last forever. So, it's debatable whether we want lights on these type of models. And how often would you put it on? Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe I prefer a cheaper price and don't have the light ups. You tell me what you think in the comments, whether you prefer light ups or not to have them at all. But this is the back of the ship. As you can see, some nice details on the top there. Now I do love this sunroof section at the top as well. So you've got glass, you can see into the cockpit as well. You can see the red from the light up feature. So that's quite nice. I really like that. All right, I'll spin it back around. And then the other part of the light up feature I'm just not too sure about is inside you can actually see the strip light. So the strip light runs along the back edge of the cockpit. I don't know how obvious it's supposed to be. To me, it just looks really obvious. I would have preferred it to have more of a backlight because you don't want to see the light. You just want the nice glow coming out of the cockpit and not see the light source. Don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. I'm just really, maybe because one of my lights are not working. I don't know whether the lighting has been done well on the ship. The ship itself, I really love. I think the ship is amazing. It looks fantastic. But the light up, I'm unsure about. But yeah, it's pretty cool that you can swivel around. It's good to be able to show people the fact that you can swivel. And you can decide which way you want it on the base as well, which is quite nice. So that's it. That's our 4-slab Darth Vaders tie. Out of all the ships, probably I'm not as thrilled with this one. And maybe because I think maybe the design, I think the lighting application, the way they've done that is probably not the best. But yeah, but look, the ship itself's quite nice. I also wasn't thrilled that the colour of the base doesn't match the others. But look, if you don't have the others, I'm sure you'd be absolutely rapt to own this in your collection. You don't see a lot of Darth Vader ties out in the market, and not at this scale. This is quite a beast, Okay, I hope you like that. Let me know in the comments what you think if you've got this. I'd love to know your thoughts as well. But yeah, let me know what you think of your piece. Hit subscribe if you haven't. I'd appreciate your support with the channel. I've got a lot more reviews coming in the next few weeks. Okay, thanks for watching.